Bayhope Kids sponsored my mass today.
Who sponsored mine? My lovely mother-in-law.
Oh, really?
She's
I was going to say Black Widow, but
oh no,
that's cool.
maybe she is Black Widow. Maybe that's like she is pretty amazing.
It's pretty meta.
Yeah.
She's an international spy.
That's right.
Hey, welcome. I'm Andy. That's Mike over there. And like I said, we're on episode 18. We took last week off, so thanks for not joining us live last week.
That's what I was thankful for.
Yeah.
I was grateful for that.
Grateful to not do the live podcast.
No, just that no one joined us. You know,
Oh.
no one,
Wow.
Well, just because we weren't there.
Antisocial much?
No, we weren't a part of it.
I get
weren't
it.
There, so
I get it. Hey,
you got to be thankful for something.
Great. What are you? What are you thankful for, ladies and gentlemen? We're live on the internet. I'm live on Facebook and on YouTube right now. And if you're watching this on demand, or if you're listening to this on demand on Apple Music or on Spotify, thank you, as always. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming along on this journey we call The Weekday with Mike and Andy.
Come on with us.
Our witty banner is what brings the people, and then our information is what makes them stay. Hey, so if you have been not around the church for a while,
Have been not around the church. You haven't been here.
Yeah, if you haven't been here. Is that too many double negatives?
No, I think it's fine.
Is there? The rule of threes. If you haven't not been no.
Nailed it.
Got it in one. You will know that our amazing Bayhope worship team, captained and championed by Mr. Mike Mage here.
In Jesus.
Well, Jesus above all. Jesus is the general manager in this analogy. He's the owner.
He's the owner.
Owner and GM. Uh-huh. He's our. No, I'm not gonna say Jerry Jones, but
no.
No.
That would not be the best
analogy.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Jesus is the one that did this, but Mike actually helped and really kind of championed the new Bayhope Christmas EP, which you can find. We'll be talking about this link a little bit, and I'll be putting it in the chat, and it'll be in the comments of this video as well, and the show notes. You can go to bayhopeworship.com and you can get all the information on the new EP, the new Christmas EP. And so we wanted to bring our special guest in today, Mike Mage.
Special guest, also host. Yeah.
Special guest, host, in to chat a little bit about the EP. So like I said, if you're live and you have any questions about Bayhope Worship or anything, feel free, throw them in the chat, or you can email us at theweekday@bayhope.com to connect with us. We would love to do that. But Mike Mage, first and foremost, what was the genesis of, like that? What was the Super Nintendo of the Bayhope Worship EP, the Christmas EP, which is called?
Good News, Great Joy.
Good News, Great Joy. Also, our sermon series is called?
Series title, yes, Good News, Great Joy.
Matthew is preaching through the EP.
Yes, he's preaching through the EP.
No, where did it come from? How did it come about?
Yeah, I feel like every year we try to do some different stuff for Christmas. And it's one of those things that, happens every year. And it's coming every year. And so, from the creative side of things, we're always trying to, figure out new ways to do the same old thing, which is a good, I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
Christmas music does something to us. It's the end of the year. It brings up a lot of memories. It's nostalgic. It's comforting, it's all that kind of stuff. It's sad sometimes for some people. You know, it really does invoke a lot of emotions and feelings. What? Were you gonna say
Oh no,
something?
I was just. Do I need to raise my hand if
No,
I want to
you don't-
talk?
No, you don't. I well, it just looked like you were motioning to say something.
Oh, I was
for those
putting
of us
my-
listening,
Yeah.
not watching. He was.
Yeah, I was gesturing
Right.
wildly.
No, that's fine. So yeah, so we always and we've had over the years. So I've been here for this is my 6th Christmas here. 6th Christmas.
Yeah.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
20. Yeah.
So this is the 7th Christmas, 6th year, 7th Christmas.
Hold on.
and-
Let's real quick. This
Yeah.
is an aside. Okay, I'm gesturing now.
Right.
When they say on a cruise 6 days and 7 nights, how does that work?
Don't know.
Okay, because like they always say that on The Price is Right. Like it's a 6-day, 7-night cruise.
I thought.
Do you get there at night, and that technically counts as a night?
Yeah, well, like when you get
Or
on
do you
a
have to
cruise, you
debark?
get on a cruise in the afternoon-ish, and then you spend the night. So, like, let's say a cruise starts Friday night. This is why people stay for the podcast. This is why people tune in.
This
right
is
here.
that riveting
This is
content.
That information you were talking about that
Yep.
people stay.
The
So
8 and
you get
4
there
viewers, the
Friday-
12 viewers we got
yeah,
right now.
You got that Friday night,
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh,
Okay.
Friday. Yeah. Okay.
Numbers.
It's math.
Okay.
Anyways,
Christmas.
So back to the Christmas EP. We've had like Christmas arrangements in the past and everything, and so thankfully, like I'm not a planner, but I did.
Can confirm.
Yes, I did do this like leadership course with this guy named Greg Robertson, who used to be the executive director of Operations here. He's incredible, amazing guy.
Yes.
And he still is on as sort of like an honorary staff member.
Yes.
And does these sort of leadership courses. And so he was like, what's your like big project for the end of the year kind of going to be? And I was like, I don't know what it should be. And this is at the end of August. And so I was like, I guess we could do a Christmas EP. And I remember last year when we did Whitney's song, Our Holy Night, she wrote a song called Our Holy Night.
Great.
And based on Oh Holy Night, I was like, man, it would be great if we did a Christmas EP, but, you know, time gets out from under a non-planner like me. And so it came to the end of August. I was like, I think we have enough time to do this. And I really do, like, we had just enough time to do 4 songs on our schedule and all that kind of stuff. Most people in the music industry...
Time out.
Yeah.
Jessica Spivey. Hello, Jessica. 7 days, 6 nights. There's a day on the end when you wake up. Y'all are overthinking this. Spivey, thank you.
I mean, it's math. Of course we're overthinking it. Look at us.
But
we didn't get into this for math.
So this is actually somebody just gave the laughy thing. Gloria Jimenez just gave the laughy thing. Thanks, Gloria.
That's what I thought. It's the opposite way. But keep going.
Well, so doesn't it take like half a day to get on the boat anyway? Honestly, you've been on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I'm
Zach Collins. Mike doesn't do math.
He absolutely knows that I don't do math.
He can count to 4 or 6.
Yeah. So back to the Christmas EP.
Yeah.
Speaking of math, I did work back from when we wanted to release
Whitney
it.
Miller, please tell us about cruises. Okay, no,
See,
keep going.
This is the content people come here for.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, we just have enough time to do this. And we really did. And I met up with some people and was like, I think that we can get this done. I initially had like 6 to 7 songs, but we had to cut it down to about 4 songs. And
How did you time out? How did you go through the song gen process? Like,
Yeah.
did you just go through standards, like a list?
So Our Holy Night we already had
Right.
from last year,
Right.
and so like I really like that song,
Yeah.
and I think we needed to
Whitney
bump it
Miller,
again.
by the way.
Yeah, and then O Come O Come Emmanuel is an arrangement that we had from a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I sort of just like massaged it and made that happen. Really moody, and I wanted Melissa to come in and sing on it because she just crushed it.
Yes.
Joy to the World actually started out as O Come All You Faithful, and then Angels We Have Heard on High, and then it was like, I kind of want to do something like funky. And Zach came in, and I was like, Zach, what do you think is chord progression? And so he helped me sort of work through the chord progression for Joy of the World. And then O Come All You Faithful is based on O Come All You Faithful. No, obviously.
Oh.
Yeah, but there's this song called Diamonds by North Point
Yeah.
Worship that I really like. It's got this triplet shuffle feel. And then I've been listening to a lot of Ben Rector, who, like just is kind of like nostalgic / whimsical / fun, but also like kind of like almost like a mature fun. I
Yeah.
know that's really stupid.
Well, he's
but,
adult. He calls himself adult rock, which I think is great.
But like it doesn't take itself too seriously, but like there's some serious elements to it.
Right.
It's still, from what I think is like still musically engaging, and it's not just Yeah, so I think that we and even with the music video that came out, like I think that was a good, you know, it's kind of fun, it's kind of cool, kind of interesting, but you know, still it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Right.
So, yeah, that's kind of how I came. But then you know, there's obviously, the Christmas songs are weird because there's a lot of cultural Christmas songs. So like the Christmas song, you know, chestnuts roasting on the fire.
Sleigh bells.
Sleigh bells, winter or white
Christmas.
White Christmas.
White snow. Black coal.
Silver bells.
Jingle bells. Another one.
Jingle bells. Yeah, all that kind of.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah, in our like Christmas vocabulary for songs or whatever, our index of that. And so, but I really like the actual Christmas hymns, the one that really point to Jesus. And so there's really not that many of them that a lot of people know. There is a lot of Christmas songs, but like a lot of people don't know, including myself. And so, you know, to really ride that line of like what's popular, what's in sort of like the cultural vernacular for songs, cultural library of songs, and then what can really point its way to Jesus.
Cool.
So,
so you started the process when? August?
August, yeah, end of August.
Okay, cool. Zach Collins, ladies and gentlemen, just walking into the set here. Zach just waved. You can't see him off camera. I'm assuming he's going to go adjust audio. Is that right?
Yeah,
cool. Thanks, Zach. We appreciate that. This is a live podcast, by the way, if you didn't know. So everything's happening right now. Do you need us to keep talking, or is that okay?
You just keep going.
Okay, cool.
You should keep going.
So you started the process August, right? August-ish?
End of August, yeah.
End of August. When did you first start laying track for it?
I mean, it all just kind of happens all at once.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people, for those of you that don't know, like kind of how people track audio and stuff, track songs is some people do like scratch audio and then, you know, and then work your way off of that, or we only have demo stuff and then you start trash it and use it as an idea and then you keep going or whatever. But that's, I don't know if it's just who I am or maybe we don't have the time to do that or, but like I'll just start at the beginning. And really you want to start with like a general idea and then drums are like the first thing and then you just build off of that. And so, you know, we had Andre who does a bunch of our video stuff here. You know, he's an incredible drummer. And so I had him play on 2 of the songs. And then David Hart, who's another incredible drummer we have here who I've known for, you know, years. A decade or so, has came in and put down drums for some of the other stuff. Then with Tito, who plays bass here on the weekend, Sam Martinez played bass. You know, Zach.
Oh, Sam played on it? That's cool. I didn't know that.
Holy Night. Zach played guitar and keys on some of the stuff. And obviously, you know, like vocals are all different people. So, yeah, you know, you just sort of work your way from the foundation of drums and then you just sort of work your way up.
Okay, cool. So in all of this, like what was the hardest part of recording this EP?
Everything. So
everything and nothing?
Well, it's just a lot of people that do this, like it's their primary job.
Right. And so they have a workflow, they have everything.
And so, you know, what I've been telling other people too, like I was able to like produce a good majority of this. And like I think that it, you know, for what it was and for what it could be, the capacity that we have and everything, like I think it came out really nicely. Yeah. I think so. And so I think for us as like a worship team, it was like our initial almost like an IPO. Just like this is our initial product offering in like what we can do with how much time that we've been given, and try to like make it as sustainable as possible. So I think like it was a lot of time and a lot of work, especially like October. But you know, like I think that it showed me that this is something that we can continue to do and is sort of like the first step into really making this a consistent thing for us.
Have you seen, okay, let me flip the other way.
Yeah.
If you could have done what you wanted, like what was the big idea? Like how many songs would you have done? How?
I think like a couple more songs would have been good. Because I think the only thing I've really heard from people is like it's really great. It's just really short. It's like
it's an EP.
It's an EP, but like it's also, you know, this was as much as we could do, and you know, it's one of those things. I feel like the older you get, you know, this idea. Like I took a music history course in college. And it was the hardest class I've ever taken. And especially like the first semester of it, we did from like antiquity. So like before time even was recorded until like the 1500s, 1600s or something, which is a really big period of time. But like music it's hard to decipher and all that kind of stuff. And I think I got a C- in that class, and I've never been more proud of a C-. And so like, just because of how hard it was. And so like, I'm not saying this album is a C- or anything, but I think for what we can do with how much time we've been given, with the quality of musicians we have and all that kind of stuff, like this is as good an offering as we can get at this moment, knowing full well that like, as we continue on at a consistent pace, and like, we've always tried to do original music, but it's been very inconsistent. Just kind of like, here's something now, every year and a half or something. But this was our first step into making this more and more of like an actual process.
Jessica Spivey chipping in again. Stellar student. Good job, Mike. Just congratulating your C-.
Hey, you did not have to take the course that I had to take.
Yeah, that's true.
If you can tell me what a motet is and tell me what the differences are. Then...
That's in Detroit. Yeah. Motet. The Four Tops.
Yeah.
No, cool. So how, like, I don't want to say scale of 1 to 10, but like, how pleased are you with it, the way it turned out?
I think a 10 out of 10. I mean, it was really cool. Corey, who's the chief executive director here.
Yeah. He's also a tech nerd.
Well, yeah, like he got his start in his professional life by owning and operating a actual recording studio. Yeah. And so just to have someone like him to lean on and say, hey, can you come either A, listen to this and tell me, what sonically is missing, and then B, like, can you just mix this? And
can you just do the thing?
Yeah. And so like I've been able to just sit alongside of him and see how he does everything, and really begin to apply that for me as, like someone who's I don't want to say like an artist, but like as the producer, like how do I do this sort of thing? How do I make this frequency be heard more? How do I, make these things not be as muddy? And it's a learning process because he's 20 years into his professional knowledge with it. And even though that's not something he does he is by far, like he put in his 10,000 hours, like he is an expert at mixing. And so, like working with him is really, I mean, to have someone like that on your staff.
That's incredible.
That you can just lean on. And, Zach, who's the executive director of the creative department, like to have him as well to lean on to say, hey, like, I need something else here, and like he's always got something to be able to help out with that too.
There was a magical moment for me, and I wasn't in a whole lot of the process. I was doing a whole lot of other things.
Your job.
Yeah, I was doing like a whole lot of online and video and all that other stuff. Yeah. But occasionally I'd get to pop into the studio and hear it, and I heard, I think it was Joy to the World.
Yeah.
And it was when you had already laid drum and bass down.
Yeah.
And you were starting to sweeten it a little bit. And that was when you brought Zach in for solo time.
Yeah.
And Zach played a different chord. No, he played a different progression. And I think out of Mike's lips came, like Zach played it and it was something totally different. And Mike went, that's really cool. That's not at all what I played, but I like what you just did even better. And so I think you switched the whole thing in that whole like bridge section there, which is, it's cool that you can do that.
Yeah.
And the cool thing also is that like music is never done.
Right.
You can talk to artists, you can talk to bands, and they'll give you a million things that they would have done with every album. Yeah. Like I've never heard an artist say, "Oh, that was perfect. That was it." Even Michael Jackson, like, he never said that was perfect.
Well, it is. I mean, I've listened to it hundreds of times now, and just like anything, and like I said, it's not. This isn't some grand masterwork or whatever.
No, but like, I think it's something to be proud of. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, and I am. But like, it's one of those things that like I've been listening to Christmas music, and I've said this before on the podcast, but I've been listening to Christmas music since September.
Yeah,
and
so have some other people, by the way.
But you know what? Like it's done the opposite of what I thought it was going to do. Like I thought by the time we got to Christmas, I was going to be sick of it, and I'm not. Like I feel like I've never been more ready for Christmas than I am this year, and maybe it's because
there might be a cultural zeitgeist in that too.
2020 has been tough for everybody, and this was the 38th week we've had to do church during the pandemic, which is insane.
Oh gosh.
We thought we were going to have 8 weeks at the most, and we've just added 30 onto that.
I went back. I was going back through our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
This is a whole totally side thing. I was trying to find some videos for Lynn Fukutani, actually. Yeah. And I started scrolling back through all of our like uploaded stuff. It's like, yeah, we uploaded a whole lot. And then I went back to our live stuff that we did, all of our live streams. Yeah. It was like, oh my gosh, we did all of that.
Every day,
4 to 6 times a day for 12 weeks. And then it was every day at least once, if not twice. Yeah. And then my gosh, just I was exhausted just going back through it, and I watched. It was cool. I got to watch.
No wonder we're very tired.
Yes, still, like I need a couple weeks off. You need a couple weeks off, which you're on vacation tomorrow, so hallelujah.
Yes.
But the like just watching the quality also ramp up was so cool to see too.
It is cool, and I think as a church, it's been super cool. And like again, this is a little bit off topic from the EP, but like I think for us, like we've learned like that the boundaries we thought that we had March 7th, like are completely gone.
Yeah.
And we are able, like, it's what a crazy thing that in the middle of like a worldwide pandemic when things have been shut down, rightfully so, like for the safety of people, like it's for some reason God has allowed us or has been really inspiring us to like, what does it look like to blow past like all the time, what he has for us in mind is bigger and better than we could ever think or imagine, no matter what time or what else is going on. Like if I feel like we as a church, as a staff, have been trying to lean in to what, to him leading us. And like we are really able to, as a church, and we're set up to meet people's needs. And like people are going through a lot right now. And we've never been the gospel equips us so well to meet people's needs when they're feeling lost, when they're feeling hurt, feeling down, depressed, alone, whatever. Like the gospel is, we are equipped to do that.
Preach.
Yeah.
In that vein, we're going to start to wrap up here, but I want to encourage everybody listening and watching this right now. Go to bayhopeworship.com. There's a wealth of information. I literally have it pulled up right now. There's the beautiful, beautiful face of Stephen Slay there, and one of our music videos that we shot, which Mike's talking about spreading the gospel. One of the best, easiest, quickest ways that you can start to spread the gospel is simply hit a like or a share on any one of those videos on YouTube or on Facebook or on Instagram. Anytime you see it, it really, really, like you would be shocked how much one like or one share actually helps push Bayhope and by proxy, the name of Jesus Christ out further into the world. And so with bayhopeworship.com, with bayhope.com, with Bayhope TV, with bayhope.tv, anything you're sharing with that to your friends on your social media feeds, it really does help propel the gospel. And if you want to have a little fun, go to youtube.com/BayhopeChurch and watch Oh Come All You Faithful. We shot it in here. I'm still literally finding pieces of confetti over there from when we shot it, 2 weeks ago now. Yeah. It was honestly one of the most fun time. It was really cool to use the studio like a TV studio, like a production studio. We use it like a TV studio all the time. But
well, it's always fun too, like when you have a group of people able to come together. And I mean, really, like we did not, what came out of the video
was not at all what we started with.
Was not at all what we started with. And it sort of morphed as the day was going on. And I mean, it's always super fun to be able to collaborate and create, have a space to create, both, like physically and mentally, spiritually, whatever. So,
but boy, after that day, I went home and I had no voice.
I was tired. Yeah, I was very tired.
There was a whole lot of just like yelling and pointing, and because we did it. If you haven't seen it, it's all one shot, and one shot things are great for the editor.
Yeah,
like for Andre. He had the easiest time. Yeah, he's the video editor. He had the easiest time in the world editing this thing because he just went, oh, cool, it's all done. Yeah. But for us in here shooting it, we probably did that 20 times.
Well, and in Andre's defense, he was the one carrying the camera.
Well, okay.
So,
yeah, he did literally the heavy lifting on it. So whatever. Okay, let's do that. But
fine.
Yeah, but so we did that. And actually, little sneak peek as well. We shot another music video that should be premiering next week, I hope. Hopefully. No, I mean, it's close to being done.
Yeah, he's edited
for O Come Emmanuel, which totally different feel.
Yeah.
So cool, though. Just, again, getting a chance to be part of that and help direct and kind of be in that. But really let Melissa kind of show the really awesome worship leader side of her in such a compact video way with a whole bunch of... It's really cool. You're going to enjoy it a whole lot. Yeah, Christmas, man.
Christmas is here.
Christmas is here. I'm super stoked. And every time I walk through the lobby and I hear Vince Guaraldi playing, just fills my heart with joy. Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. Remember, bayhopeworship.com. Share all those links around with your friends. We love you all. Do you even lift, bro, says Jessica Spivey. That's for Mr. Andre. Andre, do you even lift? Love you guys.
Get that core.
Yeah, got to get that core. Love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We will talk to you next time.